Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you do not know me, my name is Joelle and I'm a part-time reseller on platforms like Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. And today we're going to talk about what is selling right now on Mercari. In the reseller world, we have noticed that Poshmark has been a lot slower, and so I've been trying to put more effort into platforms like Mercari, and I have seen the benefits from it. So I believe I have 8 recent sales to go over. Some of them are bolo brands on Mercari, others are seasonal or trending items, and others are just some small but mighty sales that I got. So if you want to see more Mercari or Poshmark content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video, and let's get right into those sales. First up is a very reliable brand to sell on Mercari. I sold a pair of Adidas NMDs, and this was a prime knit style in the color ash green. One thing I love about Mercari is that they do share their 30 best performing brands. Activewear is always a great option, so brands like Adidas, Nike, Gymshark, and others are always up there on that list. And I'm not sure about you all, but for me, sneakers always seem to sell at a higher profit. I think that people are just more willing to pay up for something that they're gonna wear more often. So these actually sold at my full asking price, and they were from my personal closet. I sold these for $50 and I ended up profiting $43.25. This next dress kind of goes into that trending category that Mercari shares, and it was this Topshop floral midi dress. So if you don't know, when you list on Mercari, after you post that listing, they will show you right below what types of categories are selling really fast within that month. And so right now, a lot of sandals are selling fast, handbags, and knee length and midi dresses. And so I figured that I should probably list this Topshop dress. It is the perfect dress for a graduation, a wedding guest, or really any other spring or summer event. I had this listed for $30. Someone offered me $28. I accepted, and I profited $23.11 on this Topshop dress. This next sale kind of goes along the lines with the midi dress, but it was a knee-length dress. I sold this Ralph Lauren black and white fitted dress. I have noticed not only this month of April, but the past few months, knee-length dresses have been trending. I did take measurements, and this technically qualified for a knee-length dress, so I made sure to include that in my title and in my description. And you guys, I purchased this dress back in June. Honestly, if it wasn't a low cost of goods, I would have left it behind because any type of career wear just sits for a really long time in my closet. And I've noticed that is kind of the general consensus for other resellers, but I purchased it for $1.25 at Goodwill. I considered sending it into ThredUp and just getting a couple extra bucks for it, but I figured I already put the time into listing it. I'm too stubborn, and I decided I was gonna hold out until it sold. But unfortunately on Poshmark, this had no bites whatsoever. It had been relisted a couple of times. So finally, I figured I should go ahead and list it on Mercari, especially while my Poshmark sales are slow. I think I had this listed for around 35 to 40 bucks on Poshmark. I did follow the suggested pricing. On Mercari, I decided to list it a little bit lower. I ended up listing it at 15, which seems really low, but honestly, I was ready to make a quick flip. That proved to be effective because this dress sold within 1 week of listing. So I earned a profit of $11.51 after that small Mercari fee and my cost of goods. Like I said, I did price this a lot lower than I did on Poshmark. I have noticed that I get a lot of lower price sales on Mercari, but they are often quicker flips when compared to Poshmark. And honestly, when I first started on Mercari, I listed a lot of stale inventory on Poshmark. So I was at the point where I was okay with selling this stuff for a lower profit. And now I'd say a couple times a week, I will go through that stale inventory on Poshmark and continue to cross-list it on Mercari for a lower price. So far, I have made a few sales off of it, so I have seen it be effective, especially with this dress. This next sale, I did go over in my most recent What's Sold video for a quick flip, and it was a Carhartt men's hoodie. I'd say the best categories to sell when it comes to Carhartt are their beanies, t-shirts, hoodies, and jackets. And I have learned that they always seem to be a quick flip. This one definitely was. It sold within less than a week of listing. I purchased it at the bins and I listed it on all of my platforms immediately just because I knew it would be a quick flip. I received a $28 offer on a $35 listing, which I thought was extremely reasonable, and I ended up profiting $22.81. All right, I have 4 sales left to go over. These next 3 are my mediocre sales, but they definitely add up. And when it comes to Mercari, I am okay with getting a lower profit than expected as long as I am making a high number of sales. So first up, we have this new with tags Fabletics bra. It is the Lola style and it is a low impact with no padding. It retailed for $34.95, and Fabletics is not always the quickest flip when it comes to selling online. They do have great pieces, but for some reason a lot of people can't get it to move. I definitely experienced that. It got a ton of likes on all of my platforms. I even put this on my Instagram thrift page and it got no attention. But finally on Mercari, I had somebody ask me if I would sell it for $13. I want to say I had it listed for $18. Since it was getting no bites, obviously I accepted that and I paid $3 for this bra, so I ended up profiting $8.02. These next two sales came on the same day, which is pretty exciting for me because Mercari is not my main platform. But first up, I sold this Nike Mike Trout cropped t-shirt. So I do have a theory with this t-shirt, and I think it is that my SEO was great. And I say that because I sold it to someone who lives in Orange County, which is where Mike Trout plays for the Angels, and baseball season just started. So I'm not saying this just to brag about myself. I am saying this because it is so important to have a large amount of relevant keywords in your listing. So for this listing, I obviously had Mike Trout in the title, but I also had Los Angeles Angels. I had Anaheim in the description. I had Major League Baseball, MLB, really just anything related to Mike Trout or professional baseball, because I figured that if you are looking for Los Angeles Angels gear, there's a high chance that you're going to be typing in at least one of those keywords into Google. And I know with Poshmark's algorithm, there are a lot of people saying that your titles should not be as descriptive as they should be on a platform like eBay. But no matter what my title is or how descriptive it is, I'm always going to make sure that my description is long enough with enough relative keywords. So this was a lower profit sale. I was okay with that though, because it was for my personal closet. I sold this t-shirt on a $12 offer and I ended up profiting $10.15. The final mediocre sale I will go over is a pair of Champion mesh shorts. So these I bought at Goodwill. I actually wore them once myself. I did not buy with the intention to resell, but it was one of those purchases that I knew when I was done with them, I would be able to make my money back. So I did spend $3 on these shorts and they were a really quick flip. So when it comes to fast sales, I am okay with letting items go for a lower price, because obviously getting a high profit is good, but I also think that getting fast money is really important when it comes to your reselling business. So these shorts racked up a lot of likes within the first couple days of listing. I ended up sending an offer for $7, which again, I know that's really low, but it was an extremely quick flip, and after fees and cost of goods, I profited $2.80. I ended up making one more sale after I planned out this video, so I will include it. It's kind of one of those mediocre sales, but still a pretty good one. So I sold this new with tags Urban Outfitters tee, and this was from my personal closet. So again, I was okay with letting it go for a lower profit. I've had this top for so long and it was new with tags, aka I never wore it. It just wasn't really my style. And I could have taken it to Plato's Closet, but it was one of my first listings on Poshmark. So again, like I said earlier with other listings, I was too stubborn to take that listing down and take it to a buy sell trade store. This shirt did not get a lot of attention on Poshmark and it ended up being one of my first listings on Mercari. Again, it did not move very fast. I started selling on Mercari in January and it wasn't getting a lot of likes on it. So when I received a $16 offer, I did not hesitate to accept it. The shirt only retailed for $34, so I thought that was a great profit. I didn't get a chance to write down what I made, but I will include it in the text below so that you all can see how much profit I made off of this shirt. All right, that is it for what has been selling lately on Mercari. Like I said, Poshmark has been pretty slow the last couple of months, really in 2022 in general, but I have noticed within the past week or so that my closet sales have been picking up on the platform. But honestly, I have found the silver lining in that slow period on Poshmark, because I have been able to kind of optimize my account for Mercari and on eBay. And I'm starting to experience more frequent sales on those platforms and now along with Poshmark. So I feel like I am just more of a well-rounded part-time seller. I used to only sell on Poshmark and at Plato's Closet, but now I have multiple platforms to sell on. So if you are only dedicated to one platform, but you are wanting to make more sales, I would strongly recommend cross-posting to other platforms. I think Poshmark and Mercari are pretty similar. Shipping is definitely easier on Poshmark, but when it comes to Mercari, I think that listing is really simple and all it takes is a good scale to determine your shipping costs. So I will link mine below, Mine was $20 on Amazon, which is a great deal, and it has been one of the best investments in my reseller business. We are now at the end of this What Sold video. I hope that you all got something out of this video, whether it is a new brand, what categories are selling good, really just any piece of advice that can help you in your reselling business. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you for the next video.